Do I look like an emo boy from 2000s? Anyway, like I said last week, that I'm gonna make a video on every Invincible episode every week when it will come out. So obviously here I am for episode 6. Overall a pretty good episode. It was not as good as the last one. Last one was gas. And this is a setup episode because the upcoming 2 episodes, 7th and 8th, it's gonna be the best episode in all of Invincible seasons. It's time for the second best, do I say arc? Obviously it's like Omni-Man, Mark and Oliver, they are on the planet. It's Viltrumite healing, so they just have to wait for Mark to naturally heal. Viltrumite healing powers, they can heal from anything as long as they're not dead. And there are significant changes here compared to like that of comics. I mentioned those in my last video, but I'm gonna mention them again. That Omni-Man whole trip to Earth is completely different in the comic than in the show. Debbie reaction is very more realistic in the show, like she's very much angry at him. In the comic, he also meets Oliver and he himself invites Oliver for the war and stuff. So like the show, there was no tension between Omni-Man and Oliver. Oliver is like very different compared to comics. He's like, do not talk about my mom, I hate you, you know, you said my mom was a mistake, am I a mistake? There is very much tension and it takes a long time for the tension to be resolved. But yeah, eventually the tension between Omni-Man and Oliver resolves and they're actually doing their father-son bonding. Omni-Man is like teaching Oliver how to fight. They even had the lobster talk, which I didn't really thought they would put in the show. So yeah, Oliver is attracted to lobster even in the show. We also see like a lot of Viltrumite war, which I don't really remember much from the comics, so I can't really make much comparisons here. We see like many Viltrumites death, a lot of fodder Viltrumites, like, you know, no names, extras. I knew it. If I don't remember a Viltrumite, they're extra and they're gonna die. The whole episode is literally just like a big montage. You just see the war happening. Coalition is fighting back. They're actually liberating planets from Viltrumite's rule, and Thrag is like, actually, he's like, okay, we need to fucking pull up on these guys. And I'm liking what they're doing in the show way more than comics. Compared to comics, the show Nolan is suffering way more. He's actually facing the consequences of his action. So far he's only got Oliver's affection, and even for that he had to like work really hard. When it comes to complex emotional movement, this show is doing a significantly better job than the comics. We also get to see Zoe and Alan. They finally escape the Viltrumite ship, meet up with the Coalition, and you know, they kill a Viltrumite with the help of Space Rider. Then we see like a whole ass montage of war between Coalition and Viltrumite, and we see like Battle Beast killing a Viltrumite. Coalition is doing a very good job at fighting. It's to the point where Thrag is actually restless and he's like, nah, we gotta pull up on these motherfuckers. We also got to find out the mole. I'm pretty sure they mentioned that like in last season that there's a mole in the Coalition. There is a traitor who's betraying. He was one of the 2 alien guys who are like in charge of everything, and one of them, the fat one, he was the mole. To be honest, this whole mole plotline, it was half baked in the comics, it's half baked in the show. I don't really care about all of that. They were mentioning this mole stuff again and again, so I actually expected someone like important to be a mole when I was first reading the comics, but he was just like the one of the fat aliens guy. The Viltrumites actually pull up on Coalition planet. To be honest, I actually completely forgot about Viltrumites pulling up to Coalition of planet. The battle sequence, it was not like anything special. But yeah, we see like Mark, Omni-Man, Oliver, they all return back to the Coalition, and it's like a Viltrumite battle. General Craig, he's fighting Thaddeus, Mark is fighting Anissa, and Tech Jacket is... I remember Tech Jacket being useless in the comics, but seeing it in the show actually is kind of disappointing. Like, they went out of their way to recruit her. She is not even damaging a Viltrumite. She just shoots a little laser beam and the Viltrumite's like, oh fuck. It's like the plot says that yes, she's strong, like her machine is insane, she can go up against a Viltrumite, but we're just not seeing it. Every time she's like against a Viltrumite, she's like completely helpless. Anissa was literally dragging Zoe around the fucking planet and like throwing her around, like she was completely helpless against Anissa. I wonder if they have some plan for Tech Jacket and they will give her something extra. Like I said in my previous video, Tech Jacket is a character I don't really give a fuck about. Like, I haven't read other Tech Jacket comics. I've only read about Tech Jacket in Invincible. Generally don't give a fuck about the character. But it's still not a good time every time she's on the screen and she's getting her ass beat. At the end of the episode, the mole does say that Thrag is grouping up. It's time for the war. He's coming at you with full force. And the next 2 episodes gonna be so peak because it's time for the all-out war. Coalition is taking all their best guys. They're gonna be animating one of my favorite panels from the comic, and also they kind of trolled us at the end of the episode. If you're a comic reader, you definitely got trolled at the end of the episode because in the post-credit scene, they started zooming on Conquest grave, and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Why are they zooming on this guy? I was actually like panicking. This is not even a spoiler alert. Conquest is dead. This is not a spoiler. Conquest is dead. His role is over. So like when they started zooming on his grave as if he's gonna come out of fucking grave, I was like, what? They're not gonna do that. He's dead in the comics. They're bringing him back to life in the show. What they're doing? This is a major plot change. Turns out it's just a joke. They were messing. I was like, okay. Pretty much every comic reader who read comic, they definitely panicked or were trolled. But yeah, next 2 episodes of Invincible gonna be So I want to talk about it, but it's huge spoiler. It's like very big spoilers. But anyway, I just want to talk a little bit about the newest episode, the episode 6 of Invincible. I'm thinking of making other videos like Dragon Ball. I just finished my rewatch of Dragon Ball Z, so I'm thinking maybe I should make a video on Dragon Ball Z, or should I watch Super and then make a video on all of Dragon Ball? So like, yeah, basically I have like future stuff planned. I'm gonna make Dragon Ball video. I'm gonna make Yu Yu Hakusho video. Till then, see ya.